7, and then one time 8, and then 7, like that, and then one time 8 and 3 times. Yeah,
Okay, so is this better?
Yeah.
Are we better?
No.
We're good? Now again, that's why I said the instructions are important, because I don't want you to look at a test and be like, wait, that's not what she had. It's exactly how it should be on your test, okay? If you just see a bunch of points, that's why like I wrote it out like this, so I could do practice ones. The instructions might just say, of 2 points, okay? And not have it written like I do right here, but the whole rest of it's all the same. But then your 2 points would be like I just wrote them. So you could see it this way, or you could see with just 2 points listed. If you see just 2 points listed, 97% of the time, you should be doing this formula right here. Okay, it says find the slope, that's all you have to do. But always read the instructions, that's where the instructions come in. And everybody kind of freaks out because they get so used to doing like one set of homework problems. And the homework problems don't change, so you don't have to keep reading the instructions. If you had to keep reading instructions every time, it'd be a little different. So then it gets to the test, and you only have to do like 1 or 2, but since you don't remember what the instruction said from your homework, it's hard to remember what goes with what. Alright? I know, I've been there. That's why when I say things, I tell you to pay attention.
Thank you. That's why I miss back, and I love it.
You're welcome.
She's taking time for us today.
You're welcome.
Thank you, love and appreciate it for that.
You know I love you.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
She teaches me. I'm saying.
Okay, so next, what if,
She left me hanging.
That's not my fault. What did you do?
It's the only time I got me.
okay, all right, next part. Now this one says, write the equation.
Right, the equation.
Just hurt my feelings, man.
Do you need to hug it out? Do you need to hug it
No,
out?
I did.
They okay,
Don't be stealing each other's candy.
You don't feel like yourself when you're hungry. Niggas like, here, eat all
Man, I raised up on no thing. I love them. Yes.
I'm running out of paper.
We'll get you more paper.
Oh, really?
There's notebooks in my room right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, because I'm almost at the end.
Are you using that blue paper?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever works.
It's right there. Get your
So what you think I'm supposed to do? Just go for rain tape? I could. And bring it. And nobody helped me bring the food that was supposed to bring it. But three other people, hey, we just right here. We eat. We knew where the food was. Oh my God, me a garlic one. You got it? But she gonna get y'all because that's her stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. They want you
got. Oh,
y'all gonna cook that, I cook that.
They cool.
Oh, okay.
They cool. Look, you gotta get
I'm just sharing. Thank you.
You welcome, baby. No, I thought you and you had come in with a fork. I said, one
Look, this is how we do it though.
Okay, so we all have these instructions written down,
Y'all
right?
plan to bring some food in Thursday, I can have it for Monday. If y'all bring it in Monday, I can have it for Tuesday. You know what I'm saying?
Just working on our food plan right now.
I want some turkey ribs. I just got
You give me one day a month.
Okay, so now this time, the instructions say, right, so this is that time where it might change. So we have to know what we're working with.
Okay.
So this says, write the equation of a line, so this is the important part right here.
Equation of the line.
That's what it wants, it wants an equation. So at the end of the day, when you're done with everything, it wants an equation written. In slope-intercept form, so we have to know what slope-intercept form is, which is what, one of the Deborahs?
Huh?
What slope-intercept form?
Y equals MS plus C.
They don't really believe you if you did it. I told them I just sat here all night. can't be helped. Now, we trying to do it.
I'll be leaving around like 3:15ish, so I can go to Farm Jones.
Oh, we don't need no break.
But Phil's here. Phil's here. I trust Phil wholeheartedly. I promise. I wouldn't let him if I didn't. I promise.
He's good.
You know.
Oh, he's good with me.
Okay, so write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form, which is this right here, that goes through 2 points. All right? So this is like what we were doing before, but now after we find the slope, we have to put it back.
I don't got it.
Okay. Does it matter what my points are?
No.
No, not really. So I'm going to start off with the easy ones. So 3, -2, and 4, 5.
4 and 5.
Okay, so this is multi-steps here. It's going to take a little bit of work to get to our final answer, so we can't be intimidated by it. And even if we forget some of the parts, if we remember the other sum, right, that's part of the way. Okay? There is a difference, remember, in a blank answer and a wrong answer. Blank is bad, wrong I can work with. I'm gonna pounce you. I'm gonna just like, and your heart in my hand, I'm gonna take a bite out of it, and then I'm gonna be like, punt.
Is this what flip change come in at?
I'm sorry, Miss Lowe, what'd you say?
Is this what flip change keep thing come in at?
Okay, so I'm going to start out with m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I'm going to say my point on my left is my first, so x1, y1, x2, y2.
So it's gonna be 5 minus -2 over 4 and -3.
-3?
I mean 3. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm here. Plus the -3.
Perfect.
And then I'm flipping to 5 plus -2. I mean plus 2. And 4 plus -3.
Do you really need to do plus -3?
No.
Do you want to? Can you do just 4 minus 3?
But then you're not on the sides. Same side.
I'm just asking. We can do it either way.
I just got it's right here say keep change.
Okay, so we're going to do it that way then. So plus a -3. What's my answer? What's 5 plus
7
2?
over -1.
4 is bigger.
Oh, 1.
Congratulations, Lo. You just found a slope of 2 points. Okay, so we found the slope. So now over here, I'm going to say m equals 7 over 1.
The
What's
reason
this?
I was asking is it changed because it matters because if the sign changed on there, it would make the number.
It would make it different, yes. Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out if it's keep change. I know the first one
Mhm.
is that, but do it go do apply?
The bottom one doesn't have to. Yeah, that's what.
Change the number.
Well, it would still be what's 4 minus 3,
You still constant.
right? It should never change the answer. It should make it easier to look at.
But
We want it to be easier to look at. So, like, if you look at this,
You have to change this.
5 minus a -2 looks better as 5 plus 2, right?
yeah.
That's why I was asking if you really wanted to. Now you can. You can always keep change as long as you do it
But
right.
it would change if the sign. I was asking because if you like 4 plus the -3 and a +3 does make a difference.
Right.
You know, because it's gonna change the number, then that's gonna make it 7 or 1.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Do
So from here, so 4 minus 3 is 1. 4 plus a -3 is still 1. So the keep change should never change the answer.
Because
It should just make it look easier.
same size you add different times.
it was just
And that's a bigger number. Than
Yeah.
4 is bigger than a 3. 4 to 5 and a 3.
So just like I said, the 4 is bigger, and you said, oh, it's positive. So you knew the answer,
You did it. You got it.
okay? Do you see it?
You like me, we can see it on the board, it's not on the paper, it's like,
my spend 3, I'm left with 1.
So I could also write this as 5 plus 2 and just have kept the 4 minus 3.
yeah, and it's still considered 1.
It's still 7 over 1.
Plus the 4 is coming.
You did keep change here because of the negative sign.
Yeah.
That's why.
Okay.
Okay? So when you have minus a negative, keep change. That's why I was telling them earlier, he kept wanting to do that, but you don't have
Just
to.
put on top of it saying flip. That way they'll understand what you did with that second problem when you put 5 plus 2. Just write the word, flip to, yeah.
So keep change, just in the numerator. Okay. So now I've got my slope, alright?
So,
Now can I just plug that in and have an equation? Do I have enough information to do that?
no,
No.
because you need to find the y. And
I
the
need to
b.
find my y-intercept, I need to find
Y.
b.
The b intercept. So, you can use -2 and 3.
Yeah, I can use any points I want. I don't want negative signs, I'm using the positive
Don't use the
numbers.
positive.
Alright, but I gotta make sure I pick the one number, so I'm gonna pick 0.2. Okay, so this is step 2 for this problem.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Step number 2.
Okay, I'm just gonna put the.
So I'm just gonna bring this, here's my big arrow, right here. 4, comma, 5.
Next.
That's the second step.
I mean, this is my 0.2, so I've got 0.1 and 0.2, right? I just picked one of them and brought it over. That's all. Because I need one of them, it doesn't matter which one.
I gotta make that line too.
That's fine.
I'm gonna put, I'm just gonna write step.
Okay.
Okay. So now I've got a point and my slope. I need to find a b. Because in the end, I want it to look like this. So this is my x, this is my y. I'm going to rewrite my formula. Y equals m times x plus b. Is there a difference in this and this? 2 letters next to each other are a multiplication sign?
No.
Same thing.
No. I did that to prove a point. Okay? So here's my y is 5. My m I just found is 7 over 1. Can I write just 7? Does it matter at this point?
No.
7 times my x is 4 plus b. I am now solving for a letter, solving for b. 5 equals 7 times 4 is 28 plus b. Okay. Now I've got a number plus my letter. I need to get this number to the other side again so my scales stay even.
So what you do is gonna add 5 to each side?
I'm going to subtract 28 because I want the letter by itself. It does make a difference.
Yeah, whatever number by the letter.
It makes a
Why
difference.
is it didn't make a difference?
Why?
Why tell me it didn't make a difference? Because either way you put it on, it's gonna be the same.
Well, if I do that, if I subtract 5 and bring it over here, then I'm going to have to subtract b and bring it over here because I want the b by itself. If there were letters and numbers on both sides, it wouldn't matter. But since there's only 2 numbers and a letter,
So even if you subtract 5 or 28, is it gonna come out the same?
in the long run, after a bunch of work, it will.
Yeah.
But like I'm going to have, this is, okay, so here's the difference. Does everybody have this left side down?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, that's here, anyway?
Yeah, I got that much.
Okay.
Because I'm saying if you add 28 over
I'm going to
there,
show
it's
you
gonna
guys the
add
difference
4.
right now and what happens if you do what. Okay? So this is, so don't write this down until I'm done, okay? So 5 equals 28 plus b. 5 equals 28 plus b. Same exact problem. This side I'm going to subtract 5. 0. Alright? Here's my equal sign. That stays. 28 minus 5 is 23.
Plus B.
Hold on. 0 equals 23 plus B. Well, I need to find out what B is. So now I got to bring it back over here.
Why?
Because I want B by itself.
Okay.
Does B equal anything right now?
But can't you just say B equals 23?
Does it equal 23?
Yeah.
0 equals 23 plus B. This equal sign
Yeah.
is saying a lot. That means something. So just on this side of my equal sign, you know those old school scales like justice system where you had to put the little weights on and everything? That's what you're working with right now. So the equal sign is that little lever in the middle that keeps them together. On this side I have some number 23, okay, plus whatever B is. So it's down here. On this side I got nothing. So it's 0. So if I subtract 23, then I have to subtract 23 over here, okay, to bring them back to the same thing. Because whatever this side is, it is actually equal to 0. Now we can look at this and say 23 and negative 23 would be 0, right?
Yeah.
0 equals 0. If I give you $5, did I really give you 3? No. My $5 on my side crosses over the equal sign and goes to you. $5 is now $5. 23 and 0 are not the same thing. That's why. Okay? So now I'm going to have to subtract 23
From both sides.
from both sides. This equals 0. And now I've got negative 23 equals B, because I just brought it all down. Now, okay, so again, that's why I told you not to write that down. So if I look at this side, negative 28, 0, minus 28, negative 23 equals B. This is a B. Okay? So again, does it really matter which side you go back and forth to?
No, it doesn't, because you
No,
get the same.
because you're still going to get the same answer. Do you want to go through all this extra work and possibly mess up your signs?
But see, that's the
What you
thing.
mean?
That's what I'm saying. Even whichever way you do it, because they told me it didn't matter.
It didn't matter from what
Right.
Erica told me.
Because see, I'm still gonna end up with 23, negative 23, and plus equal B.
Right.
Do it 12 times.
So
But if I'm nervous and I'm being rushed because I'm taking a test, what are the chances that I might mess up on a sign, like negative versus positive?
Oh, you said I'm right there.
Okay?
Yeah.
So the chances of me messing up are greater if I give myself more steps
Yeah.
than if I only have the one step. Okay? Now, if you want to write it all down just to show that you can do it either way, you can. I just wanted to make sure you knew what you were doing.
I'm just gonna put that down and then put on those inside shortcuts.
That's fine.
That's what I'm gonna do.
That's fine.
That's the only
If
way.
that's the way you want to see it, that's fine.
Me, is my opinion, I feel like that's a short way.
Okay, write it the right way now. Which one is it?
The one on
Five?
this side is the right way,
Alright.
yeah. You subtract 28.
So that's what I write down?
hmm So we're going to call the right way
And
the
the wrong
shortest way, the easy way. We make our life easier.
Shortcut way.
Alright, this is my question now.
Okay.
Because this is my problem.
Gotta make sure I write that.
So, when you come up with the answer,
hmm
you take the one that's closer to the B and bring it over to the equal sign?
hmm You want the B by itself on the equal sign.
Okay.
Okay? Because if I looked at just this, 23 and something equals 0. If I look at this, B equals negative 23. End of discussion.
Because I thought they said move the one that's furthest away from
I don't know. You do what I'm telling you to do right now. I don't care what anybody else telling you. You do
That's
it
why I
this right
was
here.
in her, but she ain't never got me wrong since I had it in my mind.
the. Well, I need to be reprogrammed.
I'm programming you right now.
Tell us something different.
Get some more spaghetti.
You take the one that's supposed, she right.
Actually get expired.
Alright? So I don't care what anybody has told you, because we've already discussed the fact that you don't like your other classes,
Oh.
and that you don't know what's going on. So I'm telling you right now, You do what I tell you to do.
And maybe you gonna come and help and.
Irma and I decided it's called letra vesola.
Okay.
Letra vesola.
Letter somebody.
Letter by itself, letter solo.
I know some.
One letter by itself. When we solve for a letter, we want that letter all by itself on one side of the equal sign.
Letter to soul.
Okay? We'll learn some Spanish today too, Damon. Okay, now we're not done with our equation yet though. So we found our slope. This was step 1.
Yeah.
Now we have our B. I lost my marker though. Okay.
Find it.
So this was step 1.
Oh, my God.
So down here I'm going to say minus 28,
Yeah.
minus 28,
What?
negative 23 equals B.
Uh-huh.
So B equals negative 23.
That's-
This is step 2. Because we already said it was step 2 right here.
Yeah.
Can I erase this side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I lost my marker. Or my eraser. Okay.
Where we at now?
So now I found B. I found my slope. I found my slope right here. And I found my y-intercept.
Where we at now?
Now I have to plug them back into the equation they want. They want it in this form specifically, which we already said is this right here. So now I'm going to write y equals, my m is 7 over 1. You can write that as 7 or as 7 over 1. It does not matter. Okay? It does not change the meaning. X minus 23. Why do we think my X and Y are still available?
Because we gotta solve for this stuff, figure out.
How many points are on a line?
A lot.
A lot.
What's going on?
We leave it X and Y
Yeah.
without numbers because it's a line and it's infinite points either direction. That means that at any point in time, I can pick a random point on that line and plug it in this equation. That's why we leave it y equals a number times x plus b.
So it has to be like a fraction, or can it just look like 7x?
That's fine. Or y equals 7x minus 23. This is our final answer.
Okay, stop. Is this the same as?
So that is the final answer for step 3?
This is what they want. They want the equation of a line, right here, in slope-intercept form, because there are a couple different ways we could write it, okay? This is the one specifically that they want, that goes through 2 points. So just like we would normally find our points on a graph, right? Any 2 random points,
Yeah.
and my line goes through those points. Because again, anything, so everybody look up for a minute. Anything on this line is another point. They just happened to pick 2 of them, and they said, what is the slope? Because remember, we just kind of count down and count over, right? Right? Any which direction we feel like it, as long as it comes out to the right answer in the end. Okay? What is the slope if a line just happens to go through this point and this point? What is that slope? Oh, good. That's that slope. Can you write that as an equation? That's what we did. So it was a 3-step process, because this right here is step 3. Plugging it in. So step 3. Plug in M and B.
Hey, Chris,
Yes, sir.
you got like a worksheet or something?
A worksheet?
Yeah. Not the,
Yeah, no. Here's the ones with the parallel stuff,
I'm gonna need one.
which is what we're going to do next. Okay, so these are the ones that you already did.
So step 3, plug in.
Here we go. Here's what we're doing now. So you didn't have, instead of having to find the slope and the b, it gave you the
Oh, yeah, so
solution.
sleepy.
Yeah. That's what we're doing next.
Okay.
Okay? So we went from having to find just the slope, okay, to having to use that information to find our y-intercept, that b, alright? And then having to plug it all in. Now the next step up from this is finding two lines and comparing them to each other. Okay? So if I said this line right here, right, that's what we were just working with, and I went like this, and I said these two lines are parallel, but I want the information for this line. I know where this one's at, but I need the information for this line. That's what we're going to do next. Alright? So everybody breathe. We made it.
You're killing me.
I know, but you still love me.
No, I gotta make them lines though.
Oh, do we need to write them lines down?
That's for the next problem. That's for the next problem.
Don't write them.
Don't write them now.
But it's, no.
No.